NCRP Productions presents Feast of Legends, the Wendy's role-playing game. Order number 7.
Hey, damn it, I had it.
You didn't have shit.
I was perfectly good.
You had nothing.
Staring at me. Okay. And now... No, just kidding.
Take a deep breath.
Don't even start.
The episode that never started.
Aww. Oh.
Just 3 seconds. Hey everybody, it's Pedro. Everything's normal here, and welcome to another episode of Wendy's Feast of Legends.
Feast of Legends!
Feast of Legends. So let's go ahead and introduce who's around the table, starting with you.
Oh, what up, gamers? It's your boy John. Can I get a woof woof from the dog pound?
Woof woof.
Woof woof.
And today I'll be playing Jules Leotard of the Order of the French Fries. That seems normal to me. I don't know.
Everything's normal here.
Yeah, everything's normal today.
Wow.
Pedro said it was.
And I'm Mike. I will be playing Elados de l'Arctique of the Order of the Frosty.
Hey, it's Barry. I am running Cranston Tater, the Order of the Baconator Fries.
Hi, it's Sequoia, and I'm running Lady Holsteena, Order of the Baconator.
Hey, we're back to me. So, just to recap what happened last time. So, following the events that happened in the secluded glade, you all came back out to the main road, and after some discussion, you decided your next course of action would be to talk to some of the local farmers to kind of get a lay of the land of what happened at Tater Farms, what's currently happening. And so you decided one of two ways. You could go looking out of the road to the right, which is where the old man in the cart was, and kind of down towards some farms you could see in the distance. Pretty close, actually. And then there was also going to... And then there was also going to the left, which looking up that path was to the north, and it was going into the woods and along. There was a road. That's where the old man came from. So Cranston, leading the charge, said, "To the north we go." And to the north you went. About 20 minutes later, you haven't really found a farm, but after several more bends of sureness that it was around the corner, you did find a very industrialized farm.
As I said, it would be.
Mm-hmm. Clear-cut French fry trees. There were the fields of very industrially farmed fries, and the frantic workers who were running at breakneck pace to harvest and transport the fries or wood from the continuing clear cutting to the billowing buildings you guys have not explored yet.
So, before you go on, it's something I've been thinking about. So, there has to be wood for all the things that we do in this thing. Mm-hmm. So, do the fries grow on the trees? Because for a while we were thinking the fries were actually like asparagus.
The fries grow like asparagus.
Yes, but it's a French fry forest.
Yes, but see what happens is if the fries remain unplucked, they're either eaten by some wildlife or some will then begin to compound and eventually grow into trees.
Got it. Okay.
Potato
World
trees.
building.
They'll sprout like broccoli does. They'll shoot.
Yes, they'll shoot up, and then it forms a really dense wood-like substance that's starchy and burns
kind
well.
of do that. They start as little saplings, and then they kind of
So
they squish together.
I mean,
So again,
trees.
asking the question.
Redwoods especially.
The
smushy
clear
together.
cutting,
Yes,
I
all
felt
right.
like, at least for Cranston, that was nobody clear cuts. But now I'm wondering, do they clear cut to plant a new field?
So there is, just to fill that gap, there is the ethical cutting down of trees, and then there is the clear cutting without really any thought of what's beneath the ground cover, animal relocating. There's a whole ecosystem within the fry
Cranston,
forest.
Full ecosystem in the French fry forest.
Yes, it's all about monoculture. And
You've never heard of a nurse fry?
And yes, I was born in the 90s. So continuing on, clear cutting was very important in the 90s, huh?
You say that because Sequoia is 12 years old.
No.
Very, very mature.
I got a 10 on my spelling test today.
Oh, wow.
So after seeing that, you also noticed several supervisors out amongst the field watching the people work and also really trying to push them to have better output for their work. You all came up with a plan, or several. Jules, you decided to sneak into the main kind of building of the area.
I did a really good job, and let's not talk about it any further.
It's a really good job.
Yeah.
As Holsteena, you and Cranston are waiting by the kind of entrance to this place. As Elados, you have gone to ingratiate yourself into the supervisor world quite successfully.
Yes, and everything worked out really, really well.
Through
Let's not talk about it any further.
And through all that, the two things that came out of it were you got in good with the supervisors, but then they found out you also came from you may be sent by Wendy's, and they didn't like what you guys were doing to be known.
To be fair, they didn't like that I was sent by Wendy. They didn't like that I wasn't sent by Wendy.
Yes.
So
either way, and they begin to attack you. And then, Jules, while you have gotten into the house successfully, you have met Tate Spuds.
Tate
Spuds.
Tate Spuds.
They're brothers, very, very close. Tate Spuds, who is... You met Tate Spuds, who is the overseer of this camp, who seems to be indulging himself greatly with the Spuds.
He was mixing condiments together, which was really distasteful.
All of them, yes,
Yeah.
on one plate of fries, at which you announced that you were sent from Wendy, and he got very flustered and showed you that his farm is perfectly fine, whereupon you saw where we are going to jump into, which is the three supervisors, which Elados, you see as they are lunging into...
There were 4.
There were 4?
Yep. Talking to the 4 supervisors about getting the workers to work harder.
Okay.
I agree.
thanks, Barry.
I think there were 6 of them, and they had.
I think there was
Guys are
28
all
and
the
they
fucking
hated you.
worst.
Yeah. They were 10 feet tall, and they were bigger and stronger and faster than you.
Yeah, they were all level 5.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Hank was born. That's the first name that popped into my head.
Oh.
Okay. Which is where we'll come into with Elados, you beginning to be attacked by the 4 supervisors, which, looking at their name tags, you now see their names are Pete, Chip, Murph, and Hank.
Pete, Chip, Murph, and Hank.
Yeah, perfectly normal names. Yeah, and so just for your knowledge, so Pete lunges forward with a pair of paring knives. Chip jumps back and prepares to come at you with a couple of sporks. Murph actually pulls out from behind his back a short whisk. A whisk normally being a 2-handed weapon. This is kind of like a long sword version.
Okay.
And Hank just has a really large rock.
Oh my God.
So I was thinking we were going to get TMNT, but no.
No. I really like Hank.
he's the no nonsense.
Is the rock a
He has
giant
not gotten
salt
a raise
crystal?
lately.
Yeah, that sounds cool. Yeah, giant salt crystal. Yeah,
Would you say that they are all within 20 feet of me?
they are.
Okay,
They're within 10 feet of you.
Good. This is how I like it.
Excellent. So let's go ahead. I would like to get initiative scores from everybody,
Including me?
including you because you're watching.
Every time I have to roll something, it just goes poorly. Hey, that time
An initiative is just a number. There's no adds, anything.
Yes.
Okay.
I got a 17.
Okay. 17. Jules.
I got a 2.
2. Cranston.
10.
10. Holsteena.
15.
Very nice. And these guys got a number. Okay, so starting off at the top, Elados, you are actually the first.
Good. This is very good. I have a skill from my order that is called Little Spoon. Any number of enemies within 20 feet of you must make an Arcana save of 12 or higher, or feel a sense of great friendship toward you. They will not attack you unless you provoke or attack them first.
That's a really good solution.
That is.
Nice. All right, so as they start to lunge forward, you send out your little spoons, and
I hold out 2 very tiny and adorable little spoons.
And you make them kiss.
Yes.
well, upon making them kiss, you see that stops with his sporks in hand, and also Hank with his salt rock will stop, and they both get kind of like an aw face on there, and they're like, "We love your spoons."
Yes, yes.
However, Murph and Pete are still charging at you.
They're having none of it.
Yeah, they are having none of it.
I thought we were friends.
We don't care about your spoons here. That's Pete. Excellent. After that, we have Holsteena. So you aren't that far away. You could run in. You won't be able to attack because the distance you'll have to cover, but you could make cover the ground to Elados' little group there.
Yeah, I'll do so.
Excellent. If you have a throwing weapon, you could move one band closer, and then which will be in close range but not engaged, and you could throw something. But
Instead, I'm going to run as fast as I can towards them, looking as intimidating as possible.
excellent. Elados, you hear a war cry.
Thundering steps. Absolutely silent, aside from
Silent.
the thundering.
Yeah,
That's worse.
You think
Yeah.
like a bull's charging, and you look back, and you see Holsteena is just mowing down the field. Dirt is kicking up behind her, and next thing you know, she's there, about to attack into the fray. Next turn, Cranston, you're up.
My lady, I shall attend. I'm at your feet, and I will run forward, but I will take one step forward, one band forward, and I shall hurl a toothpick.
Oh.
Yes.
Only at the ones that are attacking me.
Pete.
All right, Pete.
I wouldn't know who Pete is, but one of the ones that's moving towards
yeah,
you.
has a
his
cow-
name is Pete.
He has a cowboy hat on.
Aw.
All right.
Traditional farmer's cowboy.
So that will be an 18 to hit.
How
to
much
be
is
specific.
true? This is a true one.
I know, but now I realize I have to be specific, I guess.
Oh, how'd you roll?
18.
18, that's a
good.
super
Fly.
good hit.
That'll be a 1.
That's a
One damage. So, yeah, Pete's
Nice.
getting ready to attack you, and you just see, this toothpick just kind of sticks slightly into his armor, and he just looks up at you, Cranston, from where you... I'm gonna get you back for that. He just
I'm
kinda
gonna
flicks.
give him the 2-finger come here.
Okay.
Now Pete's got the whisks.
No, Pete has the paring knives.
All right.
So now it's them. Okay, so Pete is going to run past you, Holsteena,
Oh.
and go after Cranston.
Oh yeah.
And so he charges
He's been called
into
out.
the fray and begins to slash you guys. He wildly slashes at you with this like half smirk, thinking he's very confident. Yeah, he got a 5. So
That will not get past my defense.
you're able to just move out of the way of each slash with ease.
Damn it. I have grab and go. I could have moved twice my movement and actually gotten there, but had forgotten I had that ability.
Should probably read your character sheet.
I probably
Cranston.
should before each evening, shouldn't I?
Hank looks over at you, Elados, just kind of silently hits the rock on his hand, and then lunges at you with it, and he gets a dirty 20.
What? I thought we were friends.
And he's very silently, stoically just smashing you with a fucking rock crystal, and the cuts like burn as you become a little bit more famished. So
Obviously.
4 points of hunger.
Good. Yes, I am perfectly fine.
Kind of smashes you with this rock quietly. However, Murph and Chip, Murph and Chip, they just stare at you, and now it doesn't. They fight for you. They just won't attack
They
you.
just will not attack me unless I attack them first.
Okay, they're just looking at you like, oh, that looks like it hurts really bad.
It does.
Chip's just like, oh, I'm really sorry. Like, you really shouldn't have shown us that. But, like, I'm really sorry. I'm not going to do anything. But I think you'll be fine.
I appreciate you.
Thank you. We'll talk about it later. And so, now, Jules, you just saw that happen. What do you do? So you're standing next to Tate, who's just like, well, I just certainly don't know what's happening right now. I should probably go take care of this. And he starts to like kind of back away.
Tate, my friend, we're friends now.
What's your friends? Yes.
You see what's happening out there. That's going to happen. It's probably best if we just stay here. You enjoy your meal, and we have a nice discussion about how you can stay out of Queen Wendy's dungeon.
I am. And you see that he's been actually reaching for a fistful of like fries. Now his table is far away. He has a separate platter.
Of course.
They're everywhere. There's
Yeah.
just a platter of steaming fries that he. I think that would be. That's fine. Yes.
I'm going to, I just want to lead Tate over to his desk and sit down with him, and I'm basically just going to try to have a nice discussion and get some information out of him while preventing him from interfering in this combat.
Excellent. Okay, so go ahead and give me, and just we'll come back to it. It would be a charm test.
I've got a +2. I'm going to roll a 15. I rolled a 15! It's a 17!
You've done that far too many times.
Okay.
Wow, I got powers, baby.
Very cool. Yes. So you see that he immediately starts like kind of stuffing stuff into his face, and he seems to be cooperating for now. Cutting back to Elados. You've just been smashed pretty hard with assault rock.
Yes, and this hurts.
What are you gonna do?
I'm going to blast him in the face with ice.
Okay. Excellent. Go ahead and roll to blast in the face with ice.
23.
That's
Hot
a hit.
diggity. Hot diggity dog.
4.
Okay, 4. Very nice. So, yeah, you'll see hunger definitely slipping out of, and you were, oh no, this is you freezing. You freeze, and Hank actually makes a face at this, and you see some fear, not at you, but at the fact that he now has, like, his skin has turned, like, a little bit of black. There might be some frostbite.
He's no longer fresh.
You are no longer fresh. You are frozen, bitch.
And you just see like these wild, like you'll see the eyes like go bloodshot from all the blood rushing to his.
You are like me now.
He doesn't like that.
God, it's a cryomancer.
Holsteena. By the way, Holsteena and Cranston, are
Yes.
you guys are focused on your targets? I'm guessing.
Without
Yeah.
a doubt.
Okay, excellent. So you don't.
Well, actually, I
necessarily-
refocus
Yes.
because my target is up there and there's someone in front of me.
Okay, excellent. So, Holsteena, you are up.
I'd like to attempt to wallop Hank on the back of the head.
Okay, so yeah, a lot of you see Holsteena charge past Cowboy, and
17?
that's a hit.
Excellent. 3 damage.
3.
So I'm still getting my footing after being frozen in ice for 500 years or whatever, 50 years.
And you have a large spatula?
I do. I have a frying pan, actually.
Ah, frying pan. That was
I said
it.
yes, but it
What
wasn't
is
yes.
a frying pan
If-
but a large
yes,
spatula?
That's true.
Yeah.
You know what? To some.
Yeah.
So Hank brings up the salt crystal to try and block your frying pan, but does not get it in time. Yeah, and some of it kind of chips off.
Goes in his eyes.
And it maybe a little bit goes in his eyes. His eyes get a little bit redder, but they're staying wide open. But yeah, then you clang him across the head, doing several more points of hunger.
Hunger is
right,
leaking
yeah.
out of his head.
Satiation is leaking out.
Yes, satiation is
Sorry.
leaking out. You're right, correct.
He is getting more hungry.
Yes, I
Thank
apologize.
Thank you.
Oh, there should be like a hangry mode for the Berserker, where if you have like 1 hit point, you have
Yeah,
the
there
hangry
should.
mode.
I like
There-
that.
Are we sure there is?
Homebrew it.
Homebrew it.
Homebrew it.
Is
Oh, that's
anybody
me.
playing a berserker?
No.
No.
Not yet.
But I
You
mean,
wouldn't go berserk, you'd go Betty White. I mean, if we're going to do the hangry thing, let's do the hangry thing.
Jesus.
yeah, we're gonna go Betty White.
Yeah.
Is she still kicking?
White. No.
No?
I think she
died at,
did
like,
sadly finally
98
pass.
or something. Yeah.
It was a
Heartbreaking.
huge loss.
Yeah.
R.I.P.
Huge loss for
Wow.
the GILF community.
I'm really glad that we brought this down. Actually, if you look at her when she was younger, she was fucking fine.
She wasn't a G-MILF then, so that doesn't
No.
count. She's just a regular lady.
Yeah, for sure.
Regularly.
Wait, what is this podcast again?
Oh my god.
Oh yeah. So Cranston, you're up.
Well, so I am going to draw my whisk. Foul villain, you have stepped aside. Do.
You stop. And he's just kind of watching you.
Give me a moment. It's been a while. I've been in ice. Stand aside. We are the 4. And I'll give him a chance to stand aside. I'm holding my action.
Ah, interesting. Okay.
The reaction is, if he takes a swing at me, I'll bash him with the whisk. Actually, I will not bash him with the whisk. I will strike him because it is a piercing weapon again.
Very nice. Okay, so going to the soups, we're going to start with the one with Elados and Holsteena, though. He's very mad at you, Holsteena, you can tell, but as you turned, you see that he's frozen over and apart. Like, you'll see ice crystals on him, some blackened skin, and he's staring at you, spins and turns and tries to whack Elados with a assault crystal.
Stop doing this!
Getting a 19.
I mean, yeah, that's gonna hit, yeah.
Just barely, though?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
By barely 8 points.
4 points of damage again.
Oh, yeah, this is fine. I'm doing very well.
Yeah, this one right to the gut as he swings, and you'll see Elados take that damage.
No.
Take that hunger. Excellent. And now,
Hits me in my nuts.
Cowboy.
No, he didn't.
No, not shots yet.
Cowboy.
Cowboy
Come
is
on.
going. Oh, he's the one.
Texas Pete.
Sorry, I put that as my marker of who he is.
He's got a cowboy
He's
hat.
got a cowboy hat.
A
He's
traditional
cowboy.
They all had
Pete.
cowboy hats. Sorry.
No, they do not all have.
Silencing myself.
I like that you thought that, though. It's fun. Okay, so Cranston, Pete looks at you with the paring knives, will stand up and say, "You serve Wendy, right?"
We all serve Wendy. Praise be her name. And I'll make the sign.
And he'll say, "Yeah, that's the problem now." And he's gonna lunge forward, kind of doing a spin move with his little paring knives to try
Cranston,
and slice
there is no right answer.
Okay, so that's a 21 to hit.
That'll hit.
That is a big number.
7 points of damage
That hurts.
as he kind of dices you up a bit with these knives.
I will return the favor. As I held my action, I shall whisk him. How about a 19?
That's a hit. He's feeling pretty good about himself.
Dude, that's pretty bad. That's 2 for damage.
2, okay.
I gracefully hit him for 2.
Gracefully, he takes it. He says, "Ow."
That's what I'd say if somebody gracefully whisked me.
And then Chip and Murph, they're still just like, "Yeah, we're taking notes of the whole incident. Like, we'll have a perfect report for you.
Yes, please, we need an incident report.
Yeah, we'll take it all down for you."
Thank you.
And then you just hear them like scritching on paper.
Thank you very much.
And then we go to Jules. So Jules, so you've been talking to Tate for about 6 seconds. What's your first question?
Okay, so, Tate, the first thing that I need to know is how deeply involved are you with the things that are happening in the forest? You don't need to be defensive with me. It's all right. I'm not going to report this, you know? We've, in our work, discovered some relics. They look like this. I sketch out the metal post that was used to summon the pangs.
Okay.
And I hold it out to him. And I ask him if he knows about this.
Okay, so he is going to cooperate. He is talking to you, but that specific question is going to require a second charm
That's
test.
a very specific question. I understand. I accept it. Here's my roll. That's a 14.
Okay. Let's see what he does. Okay, so you see that he is pretty nervous, and it looks like he wants to, doesn't want to really say, but he says, "That is, it is off the record, you said.
It's all off the record.
That is familiar to me. It looks like an object that I heard my father talk about. He's the one who, started these whole farms.
Of course. If anybody's to be held accountable, it's him for putting you in this position of having to manage this area.
Well, yes, he did put me in charge here.
He must have held you to this standard, this high standard that who could ever attain it.
Yes, I mean, he always said that he liked Nate more, but I know that he meant me.
Fathers can be the worst, I know. We live our lives trying to impress them. It's never enough. Listen, I'm your friend.
you can help us out, right? You don't want to hurt anything bad to come to my father.
I can make all this go away.
I'm to believe you.
Just tell me everything you know about the artifacts.
Okay, so we will come back. So that's your little bit. So coming through the top, Elados. You
So-
guys backed around a little.
How hungry does he look at this point?
You know, he looks about halfway to
Oh
famished.
shit. Okay, this is fine. No problem. I'm gonna blast him in the face with some more ice.
Yeah.
No, I am not. That was a 3.
So yeah, he raises the rock up, hits your hand, and your icy blast goes wild. Phew.
Good. That was what I meant to do.
Are there any like flanking like bonuses in this? Because we're flanking him.
That is true. Okay, I will give you advantage. Thank you. That is
Yep.
true. You guys are
Thank
flanking.
you. I will use a different die.
Thank you, 3.5.
That was a natural 1.
All right, you know what?
Okay, well, it was advantage, so you don't have to take that one, luckily.
Okay, yeah, then I'll take the 3, please.
So that yes, so I'll
An 8 does not hit, right?
8 does not.
Okay,
No.
yeah.
So yes, your blast will go wide. You'll Jules, you'll hear like something hit the window, and you'll see like a frost come over it.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Well, I'm certain to investigate that.
Okay, so Elados, very good. Holsteena.
I'm gonna try to whack this fucking guy again. Death to Hank. Fuck. Oh.
And you get advantage, remember, because you're flanking.
Okay. Does a 12? Oh wait, no. Does a 15 hit?
15 does hit.
Okay. How about 4 damage
Are you adding your strength bonus?
to my hit?
I have not been. I didn't know that we added it for
Believe
damage.
you do.
I don't think it goes to the bonus damage. I thought it went to the hit damage.
Just 2 hits.
Yeah.
It's just a hit.
So yes,
oh,
I
I'm
have-
thinking
That's like
too much.
5e.
3
That's why we can do
Okay.
like 1 damage all the time. It's very frustrating.
So I'm gonna say that's too much sodium. No, I'm gonna say that's too much sodium, and then I'm gonna whack him.
Oh my god. Somebody told me that. I'm scared.
Yeah, so he does stumble after, you go back and forth a few hits and blocks with this rock of assault, and you eventually do best him and get him a good whang in the head. You see his head kind of jitter around, and his eyes still going for a moment as he seems a little wobbly.
Yes, Holsteena, keep hitting him. He looks very weak now.
I'm trying very hard.
He is a very weak boy.
No points for you. Doesn't make any sense.
So, sadly, I am extremely injured at this point.
Oh no.
Oh no.
So I will use grab and go. I will disengage with no attack of opportunity, and I shall move to the other side of Elados to take a breath.
Okay. Excellent. Are you gonna?
As I pass by, I will say, "Does anyone have a chicken nugget?
No.
I am in need, and you are in a building."
You are very far away.
being that we are both members of the Order of the Fries, I would say that you can technically, because you're Baconator Fries,
I am.
I believe you can technically break out without using any action, and then as a bonus action, you could move twice your speed and still use the action. So you could reach Elados and do an attack on Hank.
Which would be, oh, I didn't think about that. So I'll do it. That's true. I can do a whisk move through.
I would never want to, I know it's a little whiskey for me to try to, tell you how to play your
Nice.
character, but,
Nice.
you know.
I wasn't thinking that way. I was just thinking
And-
about the disengage,
I'm on your side
Because
here.
he's pretty engaged, you get advantage.
the flanking thing. Well, thank God that was a 14,
We're triple
That's
flanking him.
a hit. Yes, the triple flank.
and that will strike him for 9.
Fuck yeah.
9.
Oh!
Okay,
That dude's famished.
describe how you wish to famish this man.
Well, as I come through at this point, I am very upset, and I'm also pretty much at my end. I haven't been here in a long time. I'm uncomfortable. So it's strictly a strike with the whisk across the neck.
Boom. And yeah, as you do, Elados, you and Holsteena will see Hank just get these, red satiation marks across his neck from the whisk, and he stumbles and passes out or falls over, and more satiation leaks out of him.
I jump up and I celebrate myself.
Okay, excellent.
I will ask again for a chicken nugget.
You're out of luck.
And so Chip and Murph are gonna, write. Murph writes a little bit faster, and Chip's like, "Oh no, we're gonna have to file an incident report."
There are some of the crinkle cut fries in my satchel, but also there's fries next to your feet.
The uncooked fries might not be as good. You know that they can cause
What
tummy
does
aches.
that mean? They're not potatoes.
I don't know. They're uncooked French fries.
The nature of being a French fry is being
They're
cooked.
not necessarily
frozen French
right.
fry.
That is the concern.
But it's
That's
still
interesting.
cooked.
I guess so.
I mean, it's not delicious.
I would say a potato has been like French fry cut. When
That's
it's
It is
Julianne,
still
try
a question
again.
of
Julianne
ripeness, and
Moore.
I am believing that what I've
Julianne
seen in
Lewis.
this field is the fries are not being picked ripe.
Yes.
They are, however, being picked fresh, but they are being picked too early.
They're still cooked if they're fries.
Let's think about it this
Yes,
way.
but they're
If-
non-nutritive.
If I was outside and I hurt myself and I ate a bunch of grass off the ground, I would heal.
True.
So-
Yeah, clearly.
What?
Yeah.
That's
Yes.
No,
okay.
I'm with
She
you.
makes a
Saying.
good point.
Let's,
Yeah.
like,
One would
use
think that
logic here.
Holsteena would know this.
Yeah, I know all about grass.
Cows eat grass.
I'm not a cow.
The farms, the vegetable component.
Okay,
of
I'm gonna
Wendy's.
go ahead and just declare you have to fry them first for them to be.
Oh, bullshit.
Okay, I'm just saying you're not. Okay, I get what you're saying.
If
They're
they're
French
potatoes,
fries.
then I'm okay. I'm
Do
getting
not
shrill.
question the day.
I'm getting shrill.
Do not question the
the
day.
reason that
Don't
Wendy's
use your
fries
squeaky
are
voice.
so good is they tend to be double fried, don't they? Fried once and then fried a second time when they're
fuck are you
ready, so
talking
it's
about?
always
Okay,
fresh.
so here's what
It's
I'll
always
say.
fresh fries.
Yes, you can eat them out of the ground, but you need a fistful of them to
The
heal
problem
1
is
HP.
that, all right, so
There
again,
you go.
the
You
chicken
need
nugget actually has the effect. The fries don't have a healing effect.
I accept
That's why
it.
I'm asking for the French. For the-
Okay.
However,
and Cranston would never eat a Spud's fry.
a great point.
It's just a fact. It's just a sentence.
And if we
So-
were to prepare a meal, which is what you do in like a long rest here, I'm certain that our Dave would allow us to use the fries as components for preparing that meal.
Yes, and Cranston, you'd be able to take those, find the proper ones, and maybe shape them better to be more, Tater family fries.
Yes, but we are still fighting. So
Yes.
We are.
It's largely
So yes,
irrelevant.
it sounds like the only healing item you might have, if nobody has a chicken nugget, is the fries within the saddle.
Yes, eat the fries.
Definitely should have bought stuff when we were in town. That was
the ukulele.
We're
I have clamps.
we're heroes. We probably could have asked the guards who would have given
Yeah.
us like fries, like,
Like chicken nuggets.
Yeah, and you guys did
That
go
would have
to
been
a
a good idea.
further. You guys did go to the restaurant. You guys went in.
We were there and we
Yeah.
left.
and then you
But
guys.
we did not. We did not.
You guys.
Yeah,
I mean, I
that's the
think you guys
facts.
originally
I'm
thought
still
you'd be
sporting
back.
damage from the last combat, so,
So am
that's
I.
that's why.
Yeah.
So back to the soup.
Did you forget about some of those bad guys, maybe?
Notify Cranston just disappeared.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so you see Murph and Chip there, of course, filing the incident report now, taking down information, and then Pete is
And
going.
the two of them are arguing on which one has to go over to the no accidents in.
Yes.
Damn it, 0
reset.
days.
You see Pete. He looks at all of you, and then looks at the forest, and then looks at all of you, and you'll see him
Realize
tear
6 seconds is up.
tear off his supervisor's cloak,
Damn.
as well as the Tater Farms logo, take his hat, tip it to you guys, and run into the forest.
What?
Oh.
Pete did this?
He is a bitch and he is running away.
Nobody ever walks off the job at Wendy's.
This is not true.
Also, this is not Wendy's.
Well, but they work in the. It's all coming apart, unless he doesn't actually work for the Tater Farms.
He was one of the ones who was really, really about using the whips and stuff on the workers. So,
Who would use whips on workers?
Oh, I mean, it was his idea. He was all about hurting the workers to make them work faster.
Other than the beautiful alliteration, I don't think there would be any benefit to that.
Yeah, but
So he runs
did work
into the
pretty
forest.
fast,
Now,
so.
there's been clear cutting, so the first little bit of the forest is stumps. He heads into the forest on his second turn. You can still see him going to Jules. You go ahead and ask a second question.
Actually, just to let you know,
Yeah.
Elados still goes after me.
No, I'm at
No,
the-
Elados
Oh, he's
was
at the end. I'm
first,
sorry.
yeah.
My apologies. Shut up. I'm not the game master.
You are not.
Cool. Well, Tate, I think it's best if we get my associates, and we all have a nice civil conversation here. Now, do you happen to have any chicken nuggets?
Oh, well, yes, I believe I keep a stash.
A first aid kit.
But, well, yes, I mean, you never know when you stub your toe or something or just get a little hungry.
My associates will be tired after enforcing Wendy's rule outside, and it would be best if we could put them in a good mood. I'm going to do my best to keep them cool, okay? And keep them from, lashing out at you, but they have tempers. If you can maybe gift them these nuggies, then they'd be in a better mood. And how about we go together to the front door, we get your nuggets, and we welcome them into your office and have a civil discussion.
Jesus, well, yes, I could get some chicken nuggets, and I think that would be best if we're going to come to an agreement on what's actually happening at the farm and how we are following the laws of Wendy.
It's a few bad apples out there. It's a
Exactly.
few bad apples. They're just not listening to you. It's not your fault.
Exactly, you can only do so much.
Of course. Management is so difficult.
It is, it really is.
Yeah.
It's difficult. And he pulls out like some fries out of a little sconce, and he just eats them.
I eat a French fry in solidarity with him.
Ew.
Yeah. So you eat.
Wait, he eats a friend.
Yeah. So you eat one of the fries.
I ate a fry.
You remember, because to you it was only a couple days ago, maybe, that you had a Wendy's fry.
Yeah.
It's not the same. It's
not as good.
It has like the imitation of the fry from Wendy's.
It's like a Burger King fry. Boo.
There's something about it that's not
Good.
quite
Kinda
right.
tastes like
it's
fish.
not cooked the same way. Tastes like there's no love.
I make no comment, but I do ask him to acquire the nuggets and usher him toward the front door.
Going down to the front door, he will stop by a little box on the wall that has a plus on it and like a little nugget symbol drawn, and he'll pull out a steaming bag of chicken nuggets, and it also has a little plus on it, and yeah, you'll head outside. Okay, so at the top, Elados, you do see Pete run off. Do you do anything on your turn to stop this, or to do anything?
I mean, I have plenty of health left.
Yes.
This is not something that I'm considering. I look to my friends. Do we kill that one, or
These ones are closer.
no? They are our friends. They will not do anything.
They haven't done anything yet. I believe that we should bring that one to justice.
They are
were
writing the
whipping
incident
people.
report. We can kill the other one.
Like,
I will shoot ice
2.5
at the other one.
minutes ago, they were whipping people.
We were.
So I don't know about
It's in the
nothing.
report.
I would like to just bring the point up that Elados said he was involved in it too. So we'll
what?
unpack that as we get there.
I said nothing about this. Whatever you're talking
Again.
about.
It's in the report.
Get it. Elados.
Yes, is he within icing range?
Yes, but you would have to just move a range band. So yes,
Yes.
you could, but you'd be at disadvantage because he's a bit away and he's there. But if you move forward, you could.
I
Yes.
will run forward
Totally
and
reasonable.
do that.
Okay.
And both of these dice have betrayed me, so
Hey!
that is a 20.
A 20? That's gonna hit.
Good. I hit him for 4.
Okay. So you will see that this bolt of ice energy shoots out, whizzes through a couple of trees, like, in between them, and will hit him as he's going. You will see part of the skin that is there, that is visible, kind of blacken over. You'll see frost appear on his side, but he doesn't stumble. He still goes forward.
Shit.
If I get another action, I will, of course, move forward quickly and hurl a toothpick.
Yep, so Cranston... Holsteena, you're up first. What do you do?
I'll hold till after Cranston and see what he does, because if he takes him out, then I don't need to start running.
Yeah.
I don't want to run.
Okay,
My armor is very heavy.
I will make the movement forward and hurl at him for an 18
That's a hit.
for 2 points of damage. A solid hit with the toothpick.
He begins to stumble, and he ends up falling. He is still moving and scrambling to stand up.
What time of the day is it?
It's at, like, mid-afternoon. It's like
Okay.
1 or 2.
Alright, I'll start chasing him.
Okay. So your objective is to charge in and attack, correct?
Correct.
Okay. So I will allow you to charge in and attack. He is scrambling. Go ahead.
Okay.
Because he's down on the ground. You're going to have advantage. You run out. You do have
means
advantage.
roll it twice.
Yeah. And that supersedes this, though?
Yes.
Okay.
You get to pick.
20, dirty.
Dirty 20 is a hit. So he turns over. Go ahead. How much damage do you do?
5 damage.
5 damage. So he turns over to try and dodge. However, you smack down on him, hit him a couple times in the chest and the head. He is covered in, satiation as he looks up at you. Still not famished.
God, you are very full.
You must have just eaten.
Says, why did y'all have to come and mess with things that just
Well,
didn't mind?
You were whipping people about 3 minutes ago, and that's really, not acceptable under Wendy's parameters.
Wendy's parameters.
Have you ever heard of labor laws?
Coughs up some satiation. He says, "You're messing with the food supply there, hun."
I am the food supply, and then I want him again. I don't know what that means, but
Okay,
Okay.
so
Right?
you see that
Oh, what if you
he
said order up?
better.
he resigns himself and just starts laughing. And he says, "Looks like the world's changing." And then you just you're
Orders up.
Nice.
glad you thought of that.
Yeah, that was really smart of me.
Excellent. Okay.
Great work, Sequoia.
Yes.
Thank you.
After that amazing line, you smack him once more, and he's out, famished.
Rock on.
Good.
Excellent.
Good. They got what they deserved.
Yeah, I guess I'll grab him by the ankle and start pulling him back.
Okay.
Elados, I am concerned.
Is it because I'm dying?
Well, I am too, so
Oh,
we are
okay.
in the same boat.
Good. High five.
Yes. So, I don't know that I've seen that happen before. The spreading blackness on this one.
Oh, it's, yeah, I don't know what happened. I sneezed and,
The effect.
the boogers were cold.
Okay. I'm gonna look him over. I'm gonna look the unsatiated one.
So go ahead and give me
Yes.
an Arcana check.
Hank's a great name.
10.
10? Okay. So what you're seeing, I mean, you don't have the, most massive knowledge of the arcane or
No,
the freeze.
healing is not part of the order.
Yes. But it does look like meat that you've seen that was affected by the freeze.
So when we were moving through those regions, this is what I was concerned was that he wasn't human.
No, so this looks like damage sustained. And
Okay.
you know that if somebody sustains this kind of damage, if they are famished in the right way, you've seen comrades rise.
Frostbite.
Uh-huh.
Oh, wait. Rise from being frostbitten? Oh.
And now, it's not every occurrence, but you've seen it. Mostly when you went into the deep freeze. Or
Okay.
the the deep freeze, I believe that was.
Okay, so I'll keep that to myself.
Okay. So, Holsteena, you will come back to the group. The two, Chip and Murph.
Yes, gentlemen, can I see this incident report that you have written?
Oh, yeah, of course. We made it in duplicate. So they'll hand you one of the clipboards. Shit.
Does this implicate me?
So, In the report, you do, as you flip through it quickly, you do notice your name in there, and it does mention that you were a part of this, mind you. You know, it just says, so I guess what it would say, and you're seeing the writing, implicate is actually not the right words. It says that you were involved in,
The incident.
you know, supervisory, would be the word, like techniques to improve production and output. It's very corporate and vague.
Oh, yeah.
So it implicates you if you maybe know those words, but
I might be an independent contractor, but if I have not been paid, then I did no work.
yeah. So you look, and in their names too, the supervisors, you know, it's very much that it was not their fault.
Okay.
Yeah.
Could we perhaps blame this on the two that are very hungry and are on the ground, leaking satiation out of their heads?
And they look at each other and they say, you know what? We like you. Yeah. I think you're very friendly. So I think you got a good point. I mean, they did go a little bit far.
They did. They
and
really
people
did.
put their weapons away and kind of like toss the batons that they had off to the side. And they say, you know, they were the one that instigated. I mean, Pete's always
course.
had a problem.
Yes. They got violent very quickly.
They did. That's what you
Okay.
two saw, right? And Holsteena, this is as you're coming up.
Yeah, whatever. And then I'll throw the guy.
Yeah, it was Pete.
I don't speak. I'm just looking.
Cranston, it was that one, yes?
He did throw the first
Yes,
strike.
he did.
Exactly. Can we see that form? And you'll see them scratching on that one, finalizing it.
Thank you.
Okay, and then at that time, Jules, you and Tate now exit the door, and you'll see there's a couple of people laying down in the field. Workers have shifted over and have gotten back to work, but in just a different section. I'm still going at that pretty good speed, but maybe slowing down just a little bit. There's no supervisors out there right now.
I am going to go wander out to the field where the workers are working.
Okay.
You don't need to role play through it if you don't want to, but my intention is to ask them about how the fries are being farmed here, because it just doesn't look right to me.
Okay. All right, we'll come back to that one. So you, Jules, will see these three standing around with two others, the two that you saw from up above, and then Cranston walks towards some of the workers. And Tate looks at you and says, "Well, there's two of my supervisors right there, and two of them laying about. I don't know what's going on. This is not the kind of ship that I run. I'll tell you what."
That's fine, Tate. We're just gonna get my associates in here, and we're just gonna have a discussion up in your office where we can be away from the hoi polloi, right? This is just for the muckety mucks like us.
I think
All
so too. And he's gonna pull a bag off the side of the house and just start pulling out fries.
French fries.
and eating them.
It makes sense. I'm picking up on this character trait of eating
Yeah, thank
French
you.
fries.
Thank you. Yeah, he very enjoys them.
And I yell out to my allies, I say, friends, Tate has agreed to have a meeting with all of us. I've got fresh nuggets ready for you. I'm sure you're very tired. Please join us in the headquarters. He's got a lovely office.
I'm going to hold up a hand and a single finger.
He means
Put
he'll be
back
1
down.
minute, Tate.
Oh, excellent. And then Elados, you and Holsteena, what are you doing? Are you going in?
Yeah.
Yes, and I'm going to talk very loudly about how those two that are now napping, they just went crazy, didn't they?
And Chip's going to, shout out, Tate, Sir Tate, do you want us to come along too? And he says, and he looks at you.
I say, Tate, it's best if we leave them out here. They need to supervise. They need to keep an eye on the workers.
Yes, you're right. No, you two get back to supervising. And so then they will hand you, Elados, your report to take, and they'll say, "Hey, it was really fun, hanging out and supervising.
Yes,
Hope
thank
you
you very
come
much.
on permanently. We have some openings."
Oh, that is wonderful.
And so they'll go off speaking, kindly at first to the workers to increase production speeds. They're going to go a different way than you. They're going to avoid you. specifically Cranston. So as everybody heads in, and Tate will lead you guys back up to his office, Cranston. So you go over to some of the workers. You notice that you were going towards the same one as the supervisors, and then they veered off when they saw. But there are, a couple of them. We'll say, a group of 3 men, 2 women. They're just kind of really speedily going through, hacking with these little mini scythes.
Not clean cuts, anything like that.
Yep, just kind of like hacking their way through, collecting. So what do? They don't engage you when you come close.
So I will tell. How would I approach this? Because I'm angry. I'm disgusted. Yeah, I think I'm just. All of you, stop.
So with that air of authority, they do stop for a moment, and they'll kind of look back up at you, and they'll say. One of them will step forward and say, "Sir, we need to get back to work. I'm sorry, I don't see any credentials on you. I don't know if you're one of our supervisors, but we're going at a good pace today."
I am here from Wendy. You will listen to me.
And they all straighten up and say, "From the Queen?"
From the Queen.
And they'll come closer and kind of look around. They'll look at the other supervisors. You'll see those 2. They look over, but they quickly look away once they see you.
So I'd like to ask, did you finish the fry crop training videos? All of you.
And they'll look and say they showed us one, but there wasn't more. I mean, most of it was just being told by others how to do
Green
this.
top, split fries, seasoning times. Any of this sound like something that you had time to learn?
This youngin', probably 14-year-old, kind of walks up to the crowd and says, "No, we just kind of chop them down when we see them."
But if you look, they're not even ripe. And I will take one and go to bend it. Look, it should crisp off. This, you have to cut it. You should have to pick it. Not with those, not with the scythes. They should be picked, not cut. You're cutting them too early. None of the fries in this field are of the right age. How often do you cut in a year?
I think we get like 30 or 40 harvests.
30 harvests? They're not even going through a full 3-week circus.
No.
Circuit.
No circuses.
I like circus better.
Yeah.
I think circus. Should have just held on.
And they're just we're just doing what the supervisors tell us to do. I mean, we don't even cook them.
Them, and I find where the hell they are. And then
Yeah, you see they're a little bit farther away, like giving some encouragement.
Those supervisors.
Well, yeah, those are.
Can I ask you? You work for Spud's Farm.
They say, yeah. I mean, they're the. Like we're fry fry tender folk. This is our only place. There's not really many other farms that are hiring. Like Spuds is the only one.
Spuds is the only fry farm. How many Spuds farms are there?
And they'll all start counting on their fingers. I mean, there's at least 25 that I know of, but there's
25. Are there no other independent frymen left?
Not in Freshtovia. I think Spuds.
I dropped my head. How long have the supervisors been here? Or have any of you been here longer than those 2?
And they all kind of look and say, well, I mean, he's been here longer. And you'll look over, there's an older man, maybe, 45s, 50s. And he says, yeah, I've been here for a little while. Yeah, much longer than him, actually.
You there, come here.
He'll step up. You can see that he's moving pretty slowly now.
Right.
He's kind of stopped
Way
his
worse
movement.
condition than his age should show.
You'll hear several pops and, bangs as his body, shifts into position. He'll come over and say, yeah, I've been here for some times. I was a youngin' back when there was another farm. What is it called? I can't remember. I'm sorry. I was a child. But the burning remains are down like 25, 30 minutes that way.
Bow my head.
The smoldering wreckage right next to the graveyard.
Do you know when the farm left? when it was
Oh,
burned?
yeah, it was pretty soon after. Maybe I'm remembering wrong. No, it was pretty soon after the Inquisition started. Yeah, what? The freeze came over the farm. The Inquisition came through. It's burned down now. I mean, and
This guy's like, it's really burned.
Yeah.
no one really talks about them anymore.
Take the day off. Allow these poor fries to grow, to mature, to be the kind of fries Wendy would wish to serve at her own table. Not this.
They all look at one another and say, well, I mean, as much as we'd love to take the day off, will we still get, paid? Because I can't afford to take a day off.
But of course, fry tenders are always paid, whether they're working or not. That's how a farm works. Where's your bunkhouse?
They say, there's no bunkhouse.
When do you sleep?
I mean, when it gets dark, we have to, travel back. I live down south more, past the burning farm. Sorry, the burnt down farm. Yeah, we live kind of all over, north up in the, there's kind of a makeshift village of us, workers. But no, and what do you mean we get that? That would be is Queen Wendy making some changes? Tater or Spud's Farms doesn't pay us if we're off.
Just take a little time. I'll see if I can go sort it out. And I'm gonna walk away. I'm just shaking my head. I'm looking at the farms.
So,
Fields left and right. Just shaking my head, walking into the building.
as you shaking your head, if you look back, you'll see the crowd kind of standing for a minute. But by the time you're at the bunkhouse, you see most all of them gone back to work.
I don't know what's happened. 50 years, it shouldn't have happened like this. Go in.
And you'll feel like a tug on your vestments, and you'll look down. It's like a 10-year-old child, dirt under the nails, just mud caked on the hand. It says, "There's another person who gives fries, though. Like, there's one other. Have you heard of old Miss Crinkle?"
I have heard of Miss Crinkle. Miss Crinkle has her own farm?
Well, nobody knows where she is. She lives in the woods somewhere, but she brings, fries to us, for those that, miss work. We always, they're not always there, but they taste good. They taste better than these ones.
I would assume she lets them grow to maturity. I thank you, young man.
Yeah.
Wash your hands.
Oh. Okay, I think they'll just get dirty again, but that's fine. And you see as he walks away, he just kind of spits in his hand and starts rubbing it.
Again, I shake my head. And I'm going to look at the bags all along the wall here. Shake my head again and go in.
Yeah. So as you go in, Tate has been giving you guys a kind of tour of the little vestibule area. And this is the grand photo of my father, Papa Spuds, who started Spuds Farms all that time ago. And it's the same man you saw from up in Tate's office, the centerpiece. Mm-hmm. Just an old, greasy, large man.
An imposing figure.
An imposing figure, though.
Yeah.
You'll also see a golden chain that has symbols, kind of upon it. Yes, a W, as well as something that looks like a dollar sign on it as well.
Oh, where is your employee handbook?
I believe it is behind the desk there. The secretary usually handles all of that, and he'll, stumble over and fumble and, start looking all over. I believe it's here somewhere. Oh, here it is. And he'll slap it on and blow, and the dust will come off. He says, "Well, here's the handbook right here."
So as I open it, is there a forward from Wendy or anything?
So the first thing you notice is it's not the same handbook that you're used to. You see that it's, Wendy's employee handbook, during Inquisition time, effectively. Very, actually, clinical, just during Inquisition time. And as you open it, are you just trying to get a gist of what you're seeing?
Yeah, and like the expectations that I hold from the last time I was walking the earth was that there were like laws about how old you had to be to work in a field and rules about like benefit time.
And yeah, so one thing that you notice immediately, and anybody looking at it will notice, in Cranston, you walk in as Tate slaps this on the table and says, hello there, my name is Tate Spuds. It's nice to meet you.
Now, do I notice, is this the little kid Tate that I remember, or is this potentially his son?
So you look, and you notice immediately the paintings around the walls, and you see Tate, and he shrinks down in your mind to a chubby little greasy kid. Still same amount of hair as now. And yes, you're like seeing, like you kind of maybe stumbles you a little bit, but yeah, this is little Tate. And your sister probably played in groups with him. And, the Spuds family had a number of children.
Yeah, I'm going to look around for any other pictures. Is it just pictures of Tate, or are there pictures of Nate as well?
You'll see pictures of Nate, and you'll see many of the other children. Karina, Kartoff, Edward, Anya, Braynor. And you'll see the giant portrait of Papa's Spuds. Thank you. So, and you'll see that symbol as well, which none of you are aware of. And yeah, so you'll notice immediately that this handbook is smaller than the old one, first off. And as you look in it, all of the laws that you know were dictated out, through the unionization of the workers, were very laid out and specified. You'll notice a lot more gray areas, a lot more areas open for interpretation. And you'll see also a lot of dictates that came from the Inquisition. The need for food, it specifies the necessity of the worker needing to produce for the Inquisition to be able to function, to be able to fight the freeze. And you'll see that there are writings of Wendy. Wendy wants you to, work your hardest so that we can fight the freeze. But none of it reads like the Wendy you knew, wrote any of it. Nor do you see any of the direct words of Dave that the old one held.
Who issued this handbook?
It looks, it says, it, as you could see, and he'll turn to the front, it was issued under the authority of Queen Wendy, but through the Financial Council.
The what?
The Financial Council.
There's never been a financial council, right? That I know of? Not 50 years ago, there wasn't one.
None of you know of a financial council. There's the Council of Income is the official term of it. My father actually heads it, Papa Spuds. He's the head counselor of the finance, of income.
Lady Holsteena, when you are finished with the book, may I?
I'll hand it over. Kind of like I'm disgusted by it, like it's dirty napkin.
I'm going to go right to the indica in the front. I want to look when it was written.
Sativa in the back.
I'm extremely concerned about who wrote it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, when are the rewrites and all of that?
Yes. So as you're looking through it...
And before I go farther,
yeah.
Do we actually know the date, or do we just been generally told? No, I don't mean from you. I mean, do our characters know the date, or do we just know it's been about 50 years?
You guys
I don't think we've come up with the date yet, right?
You guys know it's been 50 years
but
from
not a
your time.
date.
You don't know the exact date.
Okay, all right.
So looking in the index, looking for, the history of writing it, you see that it was made in the year, I don't have it exactly in front of me, but the year is about 15 years after you guys would have been frozen. And it talks about, it would be 10 years into the war, 15 years into the war against the Free. So it talks about the Inquisition and the financial or the Council of Income was the ones who have been making the revisions from then.
Does it have Wendy's seal in it?
It does. It does have Wendy's seal of approval.
Well, Tate, we were having a conversation, which I believe my coworkers should be privy to, my peers should be privy to. We were having a discussion about the strange device that we located earlier in the forest. By the way, our host here has been gracious enough to offer us these, and I hand forth the chicken nuggets.
You guys are able to eat enough chicken nuggets to satiate your hunger.
This is wonderful.
Yeah,
I have been bleeding.
Do the nuggets still taste correct?
Yes, the nuggets actually haven't changed.
When you tear open the pack, they still heat up.
Yeah.
They still have that right crispness.
What I will say is, you don't know if the taste buds have dulled from being frozen, but the flavor it doesn't pack as much of a punch. It tastes right, but not the same.
Quickly, I'm going to look at the back of the package, check the date. Are they old?
No, it'll say that they were made that day. Okay. So it's not that they're old.
Quality.
And yeah, something about the quality maybe.
So I'm going to start reading the handbook. I'm going to keep an ear up, and I'm going to start reading the new worker's handbook.
Excellent.
So, friends, Tate here has been incredibly reasonable. He's explained to me that he was not aware of the undesirable conditions for his workers, and that he would do nothing to go against the edicts of Wendy. He simply has been under a lot of pressure lately. I think it'd be great if we could just kind of let this one slide. But he did have, I believe, some information for us, right, Tate, about these devices?
16-hour day? They allow for a 16-hour day?
Yes, in time of the Inquisition, it's very important we keep the production of Rise up. We have to keep our troops nice and healthy and fed.
Challenging times for us all, and in challenging times, sacrifices must be made,
there
often
are
by the
children
workers.
in the fields.
They're doing their part.
When do they go to school?
Well, they're taught by their parents while they're out there working. They talk amongst themselves. And there is school time on the weekends. There's 2 days of schooling.
I'm gonna face him.
I'm sorry,
Nope. Our absence has left a vacuum of injustice that we must right. This is unacceptable.
It's absolutely unacceptable. Have you even read this?
I just read it, and then I
Did
handed
you
it to
see
you.
how they were treating the workers out there?
But now we do not treat the workers any worse than any other place in Freshtopia.
I have this incident report right here to give to you.
Well, let me go ahead and look this over. I mean, we get these from time to time, but nothing too bad.
I'm gonna start tossing this office looking for the old handbook.
I wish you wouldn't do that. This is a very...
I do it more.
Okay, they are from Queen Wendy. You see him looking, and he says, well, I mean, we can only do so much when we're vetting out our employees. Okay.
And then, when I told them they should not do that, they attacked us.
Well, it looks like, luckily, Murph and Chip didn't do anything. They're good boys. Hank was always a creepy one, and Pete, I never really liked him. But it looks like, yes, so the blame is solely on them. I believe this would be filed correctly. We can make sure this never happens again.
Tate, when did you acquire the Russet farm?
Well, we'd have to look in the Spuds family history. Let me go ahead, and he'll go over to a nice column, a podium that has this glass encased book. It's probably about 2 feet long and once and a half that size wide, and he takes the glass off, opens it up, and well, let me see. It looks like about 18 years after the Inquisition began.
The Red Farm?
Also within that 18 years.
The Fingerling Farm?
Well, we actually got that one earlier. Just to kind of anticipate you, it looks like we acquired everybody by about 20 years post-Inquisition.
And I purse my lips. And Tater Farms?
He chokes on a thing of fry, and you see he goes over to a cooler that's filled with this like white kind of thick liquid, and he'll put a little cup down, and you'll see delicious ranch come out. I'm sorry, yeah.
Oh my
I needed to lube up the throat to be able to swallow that. I'm sorry. Thank you, hon. He says, well, I mean, we don't really
ranch habit.
We don't really talk about the Tater Farm. I'm surprised you actually have heard of them. I mean, that's the burnt down farm down the road. I'm sure you...
Yes, the one next to the sad graveyard.
But how do you know? You didn't go in there. I mean, people shouldn't really be going in there. Yes, there is a very sad graveyard. Tragically, the Taters, they conspired with the Freeze. It was found out by the Inquisition that they were in league, and luckily, our family were able to notice, and we were able to notify the Inquisition. And upon that, they found the collusion, and their farm was razed to the ground.
That's enough.
Right before you say that, because you're going to have to grab me instead.
Yeah.
I'm going to leap over the desk, grab him about the throat, and slam him up against the wall. Now you can go.
Yeah, I'm going to pull him off.
But my words, I don't know why you're so angry about a two-time potato farmer.
I let him get a couple more
would
swings.
never have worked with the Freeze. My father, my sister, my brothers, never.
Brother, what do you mean you're brother?
Now I'm close enough for him to actually see me.
Cranston!
Yes.
What are you... You're dead. And he like fumbles backwards and knocks over the podium with the family. You're dead. You're dead. How are you here?
I'm back.
And that is where we'll end.
No!
Yay.
Thank you for joining us on another NCRP Productions podcast. We couldn't do this without you, so please like and subscribe everywhere we're found, including YouTube, Facebook, Anchor, Google, Apple, Spotify, and other great podcast sites. If you'd like to help us continue making more content, we'd love to have your support on our Patreon. And if you have any feedback for us, please feel free to comment on our podcasts or email us directly at ncrpproductions@gmail.com. And we'd like to give a special shout out to our current patrons, our Seegson Employees of the Month, FS, Michael H., Michael P., and our Breaker of Seals, the Jones, Frank H., Christopher C., Matthew K., and the Lab. Trademarked. Thank you all. We truly, truly appreciate it.